Imagine a world where humanity never faced existential threats, where every species of our ancestors survived, adapted, and flourished uninterrupted across millennia. The corridors of evolution that once threatened extinction, climate shifts, volcanic eruptions, ice ages, pandemics, asteroid impacts, never swept us away. What would that mean? Cities would sprawl across continents untouched by collapse. Civilizations would accumulate knowledge uninterrupted for tens of thousands of years, and the trajectory of our species would be fundamentally altered. The question is more than idle speculation. It forces us to consider the fragility of existence, the contingencies of evolution, and the vast, unseen forces that shape life itself. The first thing to understand is the scale of what never going extinct would entail. Human survival has always been tenuous. Homo sapiens as a species emerged roughly 300,000 years ago, but we shared the earth with other hominins, Neanderthals, Denisovans, and other lineages now lost to history. Extinction is the default of evolution, the consequence of changing climates, competition, and catastrophe. Yet if none of these pressures had ever wiped out our lineage, the map of humanity would look unrecognizable. Multiple human species might coexist today, each with unique adaptations, cultures, and technologies. Entire branches of knowledge, art, and language that vanished with the extinction of other hominins could have evolved independently, leading to a world unimaginably diverse and interconnected. And then there is the impact of uninterrupted technological and cultural development. Without near-extinction bottlenecks, humanity would have accumulated knowledge exponentially, building civilizations unbroken by collapse. The pyramids, the cities of Mesopotamia, and the dynasties of China might have been mere waypoints in a history extending tens of thousands of uninterrupted years. Scientific discovery could have advanced far beyond our current understanding, long before modernity, potentially giving rise to technologies and cosmological insights that today we consider centuries ahead. Civilizations would not have started from scratch after every cataclysm. Instead, they would have evolved as a continuous chain, weaving culture, art, and science into a tapestry far richer than our own. Yet, the survival of humans is not simply a matter of culture and technology. It is deeply biological. Our species has evolved through selective pressures, disease, and environmental change. If humans never faced extinction, our biology itself might have diverged. Genetic diversity would be higher, with populations spread across the planet adapting to unique environments without the bottlenecks of famine, epidemic, or migration. Diseases that shaped our evolution might never have arisen, altering our immune systems in unpredictable ways. Entire ecosystems could be different because humans, as both predators and influencers, would have consistently exerted evolutionary pressures over millennia, shaping animal populations, plant life, and microbial communities across the globe. The absence of extinction events also raises profound questions about human interaction with other intelligent species. Neanderthals, Denisovans, and other hominins shared traits with Homo sapiens, including tool use, symbolic thought, and social organization. If these species had survived, our world might feature multiple intelligent lineages, each developing unique societies, languages, and technologies. The sociological and philosophical implications are staggering. Diplomacy, trade, conflict, and collaboration across intelligent species could have reshaped our understanding of consciousness, ethics, and cooperation. Humanity, in such a world, would be defined not by isolation, but by constant negotiation with peers across species lines, redefining civilization itself. But survival alone does not guarantee utopia. Even in a world without extinction events, humans would still contend with scarcity, competition, and conflict. Resources are finite, climates change, and populations expand. The tension between cooperation and competition would remain, perhaps intensified by larger populations and multiple intelligent species. However, the uninterrupted continuity of culture, knowledge, and adaptation might allow humans to navigate these challenges with unprecedented sophistication. Governance systems could be far more advanced, ethical frameworks more refined, and technological solutions available to challenges that in our history required centuries to overcome. If pondering such a radically alternate timeline sparks your imagination, then 404 Altverse is your doorway. Subscribe and traverse with us the roads not taken in history, the alternate evolutions of civilization, and the what-ifs that challenge our understanding of time, progress, and human potential. Each thread of speculation is an invitation to explore not only the past but the possibilities that reality almost allowed. Even our planetary environment would be transformed. Humans influence ecosystems in subtle and profound ways. The spread of agriculture, the management of forests, and the migration of species have shaped Earth for millennia. In a world where humans never faced extinction, these impacts would be magnified. Forests, rivers, and coastlines might bear the imprint of continuous stewardship or exploitation, and global biodiversity could be fundamentally different. Human knowledge of ecology, biology, and climate might be centuries ahead, potentially allowing a balance with natural systems that today we are only beginning to glimpse. The survival of humans also carries cosmic implications. Our species' uninterrupted existence would have increased the probability of space exploration far earlier in history. Civilizations uninterrupted by near-extinction events might have developed propulsion, communication, and energy technologies long before modernity. By now, humans could have established colonies beyond Earth, explored the solar system, or even detected distant exoplanets and interstellar phenomena. The question is not merely what if we survived, but how far could we have reached? The uninterrupted thread of human curiosity and ingenuity might have propelled us across the stars, reshaping the very scale of our presence in the cosmos. In a world where humans never faced extinction, the very nature of civilization would be transformed. Societies would develop uninterrupted, accumulating knowledge in ways our own history can scarcely imagine. Consider the leap in technological progress. Without catastrophic bottlenecks, agriculture would have evolved into advanced food production systems millennia earlier. Metallurgy might have reached levels of sophistication far beyond Bronze or Iron Ages, and mathematics, astronomy, and physics could have advanced to the equivalent of modern science thousands of years ahead of schedule. With uninterrupted accumulation of knowledge, humanity might now command technologies that today still belong to science fiction. Fusion power harnessed globally, nanotechnology integrated into daily life, and advanced space propulsion systems capable of reaching the outer planets and beyond. Yet the uninterrupted survival of humans also implies a far greater population spread across the planet. Continents would teem with civilizations, each evolving unique cultures, political systems, and philosophies. Societies that today disappeared due to conquest, climate change, or isolation would have thrived, producing an astonishing diversity of thought, art, and science. The interaction between these societies would shape human progress in unpredictable ways. Trade networks might span entire continents, and technologies or philosophies could diffuse globally centuries before the age of exploration. Competition, cooperation, conflict, and collaboration on unprecedented scales would define the history of humanity, creating a tapestry of interwoven civilizations far richer than any in our known past. Beyond human society, the uninterrupted survival of our species would dramatically reshape ecosystems. Humans are a keystone species. Their influence on flora, fauna, and geological processes is profound. If we had survived uninterrupted, we might have cultivated biodiversity rather than eroding it, learned to coexist with other species, and implemented planetary stewardship on a global scale centuries before modern environmental movements. Forests, rivers, and coasts might be shaped intentionally to sustain life, rather than being subjected to cycles of exploitation and collapse. Alternatively, the pressures of unbroken population growth could have driven ecological imbalances of unprecedented scale, altering the distribution of species and transforming ecosystems beyond recognition. The outcome would depend on the balance between knowledge, technology, and human nature itself. And then there is the question of coexistence with other intelligent species. Neanderthals, Denisovans, and other hominins might still exist, each evolving alongside Homo sapiens. Imagine multiple intelligent lineages, each developing unique technologies, languages, and societal structures. The philosophical and cultural implications are staggering. Diplomacy and conflict between intelligent species would become a central part of history, forcing humanity to confront the nature of consciousness, ethics, and cooperation in ways that today remain theoretical. Trade, communication, and shared knowledge across species could lead to an explosion of collective understanding, a form of civilization fundamentally more complex than our own. Humanity's uninterrupted existence would also accelerate exploration beyond Earth. Civilizations centuries ahead technologically might have developed space travel millennia before modern rocketry. Solar system colonization, the construction of orbital habitats, or even interstellar probes could now be commonplace. Humanity would not only inhabit Earth, but actively shape the planets, moons, and asteroid belts around us. Knowledge of exoplanets and distant star systems might be routine, and interstellar communication or observation could be within our reach. The cosmic scale of human civilization would be far greater, creating opportunities for both wonder and risk, as the same intelligence that builds can also destroy. Yet with such power comes philosophical peril. The uninterrupted accumulation of knowledge raises questions about wisdom and responsibility. Civilizations might master technologies capable of altering climate, geological processes, or even the genetic makeup of species, including themselves. Ethical frameworks would be tested continually against unprecedented power. Could humanity, free from extinction, navigate this responsibility wisely? Or would technological mastery amplify the dangers inherent in human nature, leading to catastrophes on scales that today remain speculative? The tension between potential and peril would define this alternate human story. If exploring this alternate path captivates your imagination, 404 Altverse is your portal. Subscribe and follow the thread of what could have been, where human ingenuity, survival, and curiosity take center stage. Each revelation, each speculation, challenges our understanding of progress, survival, and the cosmic stakes of intelligence. Even cosmically, uninterrupted humans would transform the way we perceive the universe. Long before telescopes, radio, or spacecraft, continuous scientific progress might have allowed interstellar observation and exploration millennia earlier. Perhaps we would have detected exoplanets, studied alien systems, or even sent probes to neighboring star systems long before modern technology. The universe would be not merely observed but actively engaged with, a playground for civilizations whose continuity grants insight, curiosity, and ambition across eons. The cosmos, once a distant mystery, becomes a canvas upon which uninterrupted human ingenuity paints knowledge, exploration, and discovery. And yet, the stakes remain existential. Civilizations might still confront planetary threats, supervolcanoes, asteroid impacts, or cosmic radiation. The difference is that with uninterrupted progress, humanity would possess the tools, knowledge, and foresight to anticipate, mitigate, or adapt to these threats on unprecedented scales. Survival would be proactive, not reactive. The universe's dangers would remain, but human ingenuity could meet them with capabilities far beyond our current reality, reshaping the relationship between life and cosmic risk. Finally, the survival of humans uninterrupted through history would force a rethinking of culture, philosophy, and consciousness. Philosophical inquiry, scientific method, and artistic expression would evolve over tens of thousands of years without interruption. Ideas, once suppressed or forgotten, would persist and flourish, creating a global intellectual and cultural tapestry of staggering richness. Concepts of morality, identity, and purpose might evolve far beyond our current understanding, informed by the continuous reflection of intelligent beings navigating an unbroken history of survival, challenge, and discovery. If humans had never faced extinction, the world would be almost unrecognizable. Civilizations would stretch uninterrupted across millennia, accumulating knowledge and culture without collapse. Imagine cities that have stood for tens of thousands of years, their architecture and infrastructure reflecting layers of ingenuity, innovation, and adaptation. Knowledge would be preserved, built upon, and refined continuously, producing technology far beyond what we consider modern. Medicine could eradicate disease centuries ago, energy harnessed efficiently, and humanity's grasp of physics and the cosmos advanced to levels that today still hover on the edge of speculation. Civilizations would no longer be bound by cycles of collapse and recovery. Progress would be steady, deliberate, and cumulative, creating a planetary society of unimaginable depth and sophistication. Yet uninterrupted survival would not just amplify human capabilities, it would fundamentally transform society. Governance systems might evolve beyond modern politics, grounded in principles honed over tens of thousands of years of continuous trial and error. Conflicts could still exist, but strategies for negotiation, diplomacy, and conflict resolution would be highly refined. Education would be universal, institutions permanent, and cultural memory vast. Human intellect would not be fragmented by loss or disruption. Knowledge, philosophy, and science would become layered tapestries, reflecting countless generations of thought uninterrupted by catastrophe. The interplay between culture and technology would be seamless, a living continuum where each generation adds to a vast, cumulative understanding of existence. And then there is coexistence with other intelligent species. In this alternate reality, Neanderthals, Denisovans, and other hominins might still survive, thriving alongside Homo sapiens. Imagine multiple intelligent species interacting, exchanging knowledge, and coexisting across the planet. Trade, diplomacy, and collaboration would evolve across species boundaries, producing a civilization defined not by a single lineage, but by the interplay of multiple consciousnesses. Ethical frameworks would have to expand to encompass non-human intelligence, forcing humanity to confront questions of empathy, morality, and coexistence in ways that today remain theoretical. The presence of multiple intelligent species would create a rich, complex, and continuously evolving tapestry of thought, creativity, and cultural exchange. Humanity's uninterrupted trajectory would also accelerate the exploration of space. Advanced propulsion systems, knowledge of physics, and technological mastery might allow humans to colonize the Moon, Mars, and beyond millennia before modern rocketry. Space habitats, interplanetary travel, and even interstellar probes could be commonplace. Humans could map nearby star systems, observe exoplanets in detail, and perhaps even communicate across light years. The universe, once a distant mystery, would become a canvas for civilization, a playground for curiosity, discovery, and expansion. The scale of human presence in the cosmos would dwarf anything in our current reality, turning humanity from a single species on a small planet into a multi-planetary, possibly multi-system civilization. Yet the power to shape worlds, terrestrial and cosmic, brings philosophical weight. The knowledge, energy, and technology available to uninterrupted humans would force questions of responsibility, ethics, and purpose on a scale never before imaginable. Would humans act as stewards of life and the planet, or would power amplify flaws inherent in our species? The tension between capability and morality, between ingenuity and consequence, would define civilization's trajectory. Every technological advance, every cosmic endeavor, would carry both potential for awe and risk for catastrophe. The very same mind capable of building a spacefaring civilization could also destroy ecosystems, disrupt climates, or even threaten its own survival through hubris. The cosmic perspective deepens this reflection. In a world without extinction, humans could witness the universe in unprecedented ways. Observatories millennia ahead of our own technology could detect exoplanets, map interstellar clouds, and observe cosmic phenomena in remarkable detail. Perhaps humans would understand the life cycle of stars, the behavior of black holes, or the subtle patterns of dark matter long before our current era. Civilization would not merely inhabit Earth, it would participate in the ongoing story of the cosmos, observing, shaping, and perhaps even influencing the evolution of planetary systems and celestial bodies. The universe would become both laboratory and home, a stage for intelligence on scales currently beyond imagination. And yet, even with this staggering power and knowledge, the existential tension remains. Humans might survive indefinitely on Earth, yet cosmic risks, supernovae, gamma-ray bursts, asteroid impacts, or extreme cosmic events would still loom. Perhaps advanced civilizations could anticipate and mitigate such events, but the universe remains vast, dynamic, and indifferent. Uninterrupted survival does not equate to absolute safety. It amplifies capability while also amplifying the stakes. Humanity would live with a constant awareness of fragility on a cosmic scale, balanced by an unmatched ability to act, adapt, and explore. Philosophically, uninterrupted human history invites profound reflection. Culture, art, and philosophy would evolve over tens of thousands of years, producing insights into consciousness, morality, and existence far beyond our current understanding. Ethical systems would incorporate long-term survival, interspecies relations, and even cosmic responsibility. Humans might conceive of time, existence, and the universe in ways fundamentally different from anything we can imagine today. Knowledge, once fragile and fleeting, would be robust, cumulative, and eternal, a bridge between the finite human mind and the infinite cosmos it inhabits. If the sheer scale of these possibilities captivates you, 404 Altverse is your gateway to exploring them. Subscribe and journey with us through the roads not taken in history, the civilizations that might have flourished uninterrupted, and the cosmic consequences of unbroken human survival. Each thread of speculation is a bridge between imagination, science, and philosophy, revealing a universe of wonder, complexity, and infinite possibility. Ultimately, the survival of humans uninterrupted reshapes not only the past but the future. It transforms the Earth into a cradle of continuous civilization, a planet rich with culture, technology, and knowledge. It transforms humanity into a species capable of exploring, observing, and influencing the cosmos. And it transforms our understanding of possibility, forcing us to reconsider what we call progress, survival, and destiny. Even now, as we imagine this alternate reality, it is clear that uninterrupted survival would make humans both more powerful and more aware of the vastness and indifference of the universe. Civilization would be a continuous dialogue with the cosmos, a collaboration across generations, species, and planets. The past would be richer, the present more capable, and the future unbounded. In contemplating this,